Just tell me once my screen is visible. Is my screen visible to everyone? Okay. Okay. So we will be learning about UiPath. So UiPath is actually a tool. But what is a technology? Technology is actually our technology is robotic process automation. We generally call it as RPA. Okay, if you are if you are hearing this word RPA or robotic process automation, both are same. Robotic process automation is a technology. Okay, this technology is telling that automation should be done in such a way that uh, things are very easy for the developer. So this there are some framework or some rules. Okay, those rules UiPath is actually learning those rules and they are designing their application. Okay, so don't worry about RPA. You did not worry much about that. If you learn UiPath, you are actually learning RPA only. So in this today's call now we will learn morely like this will be like basic theory class only. At last I will show you one small piece of code. I will just write one piece of code, and in that I will perform like 5 to 6 steps, and you will only understand in those 5 to 6 steps how much actually I am coding and how much actually that studio itself giving me the suggested or the actual coding which is present. Okay. So in today's point in today's slide now we will see all these points. What is digital transformation? Why companies are actually doing that, and how RPA is helpful for digital transformation. Later we'll see how many types of RPA projects are there or RPA requirements are there, and last point will be RPA life cycle, like how Shekhar have asked that what will be our responsibilities, right? So you will come to know 1 or 2 steps from this last point. Okay. Anyone know what is digital transformation or what is digitalization? Okay, let me tell about myself also because the first slide is this only. So currently, I'm working as a RPA lead in Step One Step Ahead. It's a Mumbai-based company, and I have graduated from Hyderabad in 2017. Currently, my primary skill is UiPath only. Okay, it's a RPA based tool, UiPath. But my project, there are dependencies. Some projects have dependencies of SQL, so I know SQL. Okay, there are. I mean, if you learn one SQL, na, there are many other tools of SQL also. Like MySQL is one kind of technology. MS SQL, it's a Microsoft based SQL, that is another as a database query. You have Oracle. So it depends. If you're learning one technology now, you will understand other technologies easily. I said you right, there is one more technology called VBA. So we generally call as macros or visual basic application or Excel VBA. It can be have many other synonyms, but those will be adding your strength. These will be secondary skills which will make your profile very much heavy and stronger. Okay. Along with that, I have some basic knowledge of web technology such as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, but these all are my secondary skills. Huh? My primary skill is still UiPath only. Okay, you can communicate with me in Hindi or Telugu also if you are not understanding any query. But generally, we have to primarily communicate with English only. Why? Because you will be going to interviews also, right? You will be working with clients, foreigners also. You will be coordinating with the people who are not knowing your native language. So English will be the common mediator for us. Okay. Contact details, anyway you have our my contact details. You will get those from group also if you have not saved. Okay, coming to the topics. We are in a world where everything is going digital. Okay, we are now if you'll see the classes, we are having now online classes. But if you will recollect na, when you were like 3 to 4 years ago, we hardly know about online classes. So nowadays, yes. Okay, so everyone understood, right? We are actually moving to digital transformation now. if you'll see nowadays companies are also automating the process. Previously they used to automate in the sense digitalize their products like music and softwares. Okay, later they have digitalized their businesses from local stores to e-commerce. Later after a decade we got some more evolution called as social media and mobile application revolution. And now things are moving more faster, and now the whole processes are itself getting automated. Like companies are reducing their cost by automate and completing more tasks by doing automation. Okay, now in simple language, what is RPA doing? Okay, so RPA is a technology which is actually mimicking all your human actions, and that is making a that is storing in a software. For example, if I want to open a browser, I am writing a code to open a browser. It is making my actions. And if your project is rule based, na, and your code, if it is following those rules, now you are giving the same result, and your code is also giving the same result. So RP is a simple technology which is actually mimicking a human action. Okay, it is scalable. RPA code is scalable. What do you mean by scalable? If you write code in one laptop, that code can run in 10 or more than that laptops. Okay, you can scale it. What is non-invasive? Non-invasive means it will not get spoiled. If you write code in one laptop, you can use it on 10th day anytime. Okay, it can work in any industry. Industry in the sense, see, there are, it depends on business what the client is doing. If your client is in energy domain, like if it is generating electricity, so that is in energy domain. Okay, if your client is managing some HR related data, so that will be again HR related stuff for HR management. Okay, human resource management. If your client is related to banking, then that we call as banking industry, insurance industry. So there are many industries. So all industries are applicable with this technology, only for the process which are highly manual, repetitive. Okay, so if you have that kind of requirement in your company, you can suggest that can we automate using RPA or not. Okay, and nowadays we are also getting features of artificial intelligence in RPA. It was previously, it was only like a rule based structure, but now you have machine learning and artificial intelligence also. Okay, next point is actually by using RPA, companies are getting one more benefit, that is it is reducing the cost for the company rapidly, and it is increasing the ROI. How it is doing that, I will tell you. So for example, if a company is having 10 employees, okay, 10 employees doing one process, and they're generally the cost of them of the 10 employees is for example 10 lakhs. Okay, if they are getting one RPA license, and if they are automating the process, so three people work one robot can do, because one robot can work for 24 hours. You're understanding? License will not have timing that you have to use only for 9 hours or limited hours. It can be used anytime, 24 hours, or it will have integration with application also. Like it will if a person want to run a query in database, he has to open database application and then write the query. But in automation, in background only, that query will run and result will come. So cost is reduced by automating the processes. And since the cost is reduced, from the next month itself you will get the returns. Okay, last point, which processes we generally automate? We generally automate highly manual, repetitive in the sense the requests are more. Like in a day, if you're getting 1,000 requests which is which is having same steps, so if you automate that, na, you will get results from the next day itself. And there are very less errors. Exceptions means errors. What do you so generally, if a person is doing, now if he is not understanding the case, or if he is doing any spelling mistake while typing, so there are chances that he can there are chances that at last some items might give wrong result. Okay, but when robot does the same thing, it will not get any miss. Okay, so the chances of getting errors is very low. And it can take standard electronic readable input also. Standard electronic in the sense, if you are if you'll notice that if I, this document which you can see now, this is a digital format. This is a PowerPoint presentation. This is a digital format. Okay, this if I feed to my automation, if I tell automation to read this file, it will read automatically. But if you do some if you write with your hand some notes, and if you tell automation to read na, there are chances that it will read something differently. Okay, any queries in this, like what is actually RPA and whether it is a benefit for company or not? Okay, I will take it as no. We'll go for the next slide. Okay, some more points why RPA technology is used. Okay, so if you are adding, as I said you that if there are 10 employees, and if you are taking one robot license, and if you are trying to uh, replace 3 employees, okay, and those 3 employees are actually not replaced. We are not removing from them from the job. They will be getting some other opportunity where they can actually do some impactful work, because doing same task repetitively every day without learning something new is a issue for the employee itself. He will be not learning any new topic, and his skills will get degraded. Instead of that, he can be assigned to some other important work which will help him to grow in his career also. And apart from that, his work is done by the robot. Next point, robot is actually using the same interface. Like for example, you are the computer operator. You have some task. How you are operating your computer? You are using mouse. You are using like keyboard, and you are using desktop, right? In the same way, robot will also use the same things. While coding, also you will notice that what I am doing is done same as it is by the robot. How robot is running, you can also visualize. While running the robot, you will see that desktop is moving as how we coded. So it will be using the same interface. Next is robot can interpret whether the website interpret or trigger the responses. So what the third point means is that, for example, if I am changing the slide, robot will understand that I am changing the slide. If my requirement is that if slide is moved, I have to do some action. So robot can understand the movement of the pages, or how you are navigating from one page to another page. Okay, so that thing robot can also understand. Last point, robot generally it will not take any rest, because unless you stop the code, robot will never stop. It will run on its own. It will do zero mistake, because what you have coded, it will do that only. It will not take rest, or it will tell that I need 5 minutes break or something like that. And cost is also very less. Generally, if a employee is having like 3 to 4 years of 3 to 4 lakhs of salary, and we have to give him increment leaves, we have to tell him to work only for 9 hours. So there are some policies for the employee. But when it comes to robots, we have a privilege to access it anytime. We can code it. We can give some difficult task also, and with the help of packages or some more advanced skills, we can make a task easy also. Till here, anyone has any queries? Like what we are actually learning, we are actually trying to benefit a company. Okay, if a company is getting benefited, then only our skills are valued. Hello? No, no, I will take it as no if you are silent. Yes. Yes, yes. So yes, yes. Yes, it will be similar only. See, when we are telling about Oracle, so can you automate SAP from Oracle? No, right? There are, you cannot automate everything from Oracle. Not possible. So UiPath is an interface where you are getting integration with SAP database, emails, Word files, PDF files. So it's a common platform. For example, if for example I know UiPath, I can automate your database. I can automate second like some other companies, some PDF automation. Third companies having Excel automation, that I also I can do. So it's a common skill. which can be used and which can be applied for most of the projects. But if a person is knowing only Oracle, na, he will be assigned only to Oracle projects, and if that project is completed, again that candidate might face some issue. So it's a common platform. But what you can ask questions, then only you will get clarity why it is different, how it is different from other technology. Okay, unless you ask, you will not get the answer. Okay, but you understood that from Oracle you are able to do some coding and you are getting some result, but that coding is limited to only Oracle. Yes, 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 you can send an email. Yes, yes, email. Yes, yes, yes. Other than this, you can automate other applications also. Okay, you have integration with other applications. That is the simple answer. Okay, you can automate websites, you can automate PDF, you can automate Excel, you can send even email, you can send even data to database also. Not only one database, you can coordinate with many database. From Oracle, you might face difficulty in coordinating with MySQL or MS SQL, but using this you can tell that take the result from MySQL, store it someplace, and again update to Oracle. That also you can do. Okay, it depends on the requirement. But once you will see the first example, now you will understand actually whether you are doing less coding and you have easy access to the application or not. Once you get that clarity, you will understand how powerful the tool is. Okay. Okay, coming to the next slide, this is types of RPA. Generally, there are three types of RPA currently. One is attended RPA, okay, attended automation or attended RPA. In this task, in this automation, what everything is automation only. But in first type of automation, we are actually expecting some user to give input. User to give input in the sense what? For example, you are working on some financial project or some banking project, okay, some insurance project. There, a user will have some kind of authentication which robot cannot do, because if your robot is doing now that, at some point of time now things will get hacked. So that's why company itself has written some code to log into their website. They might have given some captcha, they might have given some OTP, some kind of mechanism is there. So those things cannot be what is a break by the robot. So at that time we have to go for attended automation. Okay, like some user has to sit and he has to tell whether to log in or not, like that. Okay, coming to unattended automations are the processes which can be automated and no one needs to like give any input. Like it will run, it will start on time, it will send report on time, and it will log out. Okay, for example, if you have to send every day 9 o'clock some report, you need not be present because you have written the code and robot itself will do it. Where it comes to attended, there is some input required from the business. You're getting? Last type of automation is intelligent process automation. In this process, what we will do, for example, if you are your coding is done, you are telling that now this is my first input. So what robot will do, it will process the result and it will send output to the customer, and that output it will store in one database or some repository. Once it is storing that database, that in database, now second time it is taking the reference of first output. Means it is storing all the data, all the records in the database, and it is using for the future prediction also. It is making some more intelligence. For example, I will give one example also. For example, if there are 1,000 documents and robot has to open one by one document and it has to give the results. Okay, so what it is doing is it is getting trained on first 5 to 10 documents, and after those 5 to 10 documents, we are if we are telling that results are okay na, rest all documents it will perform easily because it got training from first 5 to 10 documents. Okay, and later it performance increases day by day because it now it knows the format of all the documents. Okay. But in this course, we will learning about attended and unattended only. Intelligent process automation is same as this only. But the only thing is your requirement will change. That's it. Since your requirement is telling that you need some more intelligence, you will add some other package. That's it. Coming to the life cycle, uh, I think Shaker has asked what will be the role of developer. So you will be falling on the third step only. First step is identify and analyze. What do we do here is client will come up with the issues that my employees they are like my team has some issues because they are able to do the task but they are unable to complete it on time. Because if 1,000 people are telling that I want to reset, see, there are many companies having many employees or many customers. For example, if you consider SBI bank has how many customer? It won't be thousands or lakhs, na, it will be in crores. Okay, and in those crores, if 10,000 people are requesting to reset a password, it will take like 2 3 days to reset by one person. But if the process itself is automated, na, then issues will get reported or resolved very easily, right? So in first phase, what the client will do, no, they will identify the business processes which are actually good for automation. Okay, that they will do. So you are not RPA developer is not involved in this. Okay. Second part is design phase. In design phase, client will come up with these things that we have identified this, and we want to automate this process. So client they will do in design phase, they will call business analyst. Okay. So business analyst is one technical role, other technical role in RPA projects. So business analyst will interact with the client and he will gather all the inputs. Like I have to he will gather all the inputs like how to start a process and where it will end, and if there is any issue what we have to do. So everything business analyst will gather and he will make a note, so that he will do in design phase. Coming to the third phase, once all the things are documented and get approved, he will give that document to RPA developer. So RPA developer need not interact with client. Everything is present in those documents which business analyst is giving to RPA team. Like what is the website link, what is the SharePoint link, everything. What is the database IP address, what is the database table name, everything will be present. So those all things RPA team will get in the form of document and he can start doing automation. Once the automation or the development is completed in design phase, development phase or build phase, he will be doing testing in the next stage. Once the testing is done, he will be showing a demo to the client also in the testing phase. That demo we generally call as UAT testing. UAT means what? User acceptance testing. So the client should accept the result, and if client is telling there are some minor changes, those changes will also be completed in this fourth stage only. Okay. Once the testing is completed, obviously results are good, so you have to deploy it. So once you deploy in the production, na, you will be monitoring it. Okay, you will be monitoring it for some period of time. Once that the period of once the period is completed, like 10 to 15 days, you will monitor. Later it will go on maintenance phase. You need not monitor it. If client wants uh, to monitor it, he will pay for that employee that he needs to monitor, or they will maintain some other monitoring team. That is up to them how the business model is there. But these are the some general stages of RPA life cycle. So your major task will be in build phase only, where you are actually developing. After that, you might get some testing work, because companies, if they don't have any different testing team, now you will be only doing the testing. At last, deployment. Once the deployment is done, you will be monitoring for 1 to 2 weeks only, not more than that, because you have developed the code, right? So you have to monitor the results very closely. Once it is done, it depends on the company whether the if the project is very big, and if they want to keep any maintenance team, na, they can assign the developer itself to do the maintenance, or else there will be some other team who is monitoring. Okay. Any questions like after this slide? No, right? Okay. Okay, so this slide is